Hello, my name is Akil Lanton, and I'm here to present a lecture on intellectual property, the power of intellectual property. And I want to begin with a poem. The unique field to know, from illegally downloading music to the rights of creative works at an art show. Patents, copyright, and trademarks, fundamental jewels. Who owns this invention or used this idea to enhance tools? Important as the law, and vast as the sea. A unique field of brilliance. Power of intellectual property. Intellectual property law has been around since the 1500s and has been of vital importance in terms of creative works or printed works since the printing press. Intellectual property is a vast field, so I wanted to sort of condense it down, and I chose 3 fields to do this with. Patents, copyrights, and trademarks. Patents. A patent is an official document that gives a person or company the exclusive rights to govern or profit from a product over a period of time. Patents are effective for 20 years. Patents exclude others from profiting from your invention as long as the term endures. There are 3 types of patents, 3 primary types. Utility patents, design patents, and plant patents. Utility patents are issued for new useful machines, manufacturing, or making a new use for something, manufacturing. Design patents are issued for a new design or original design applied to the field of manufacturing. Plant patents are issued for rare, distinct, reproduced plants, hybrids, seedlings, etc., different type of plant structures. Albert Einstein, George Washington Carver, and Steve Jobs are 3 notable people who have probably gone through a process or have the knowledge of patents because they were notable inventors. Another type of a patent attorney has to not only go through take the bar, like for a regular bar, but he has to take the patent bar as well. And undergrad should be in something hardcore, technical, IT, science related. Trademarks. All right, now we can look at here the Cleveland State logo, and you can see Cleveland State, the logo. This is Cleveland State, and when you see this logo, you know it's Cleveland State. A word, sign, or logo or phrase that identifies a product or service distinctly. McDonald's, Apple, Microsoft, all these are examples of trademarks. A trademark owner can be independent, a business owner, or a legal organization. These are 2 symbols, distinct symbols of trademarks. One is with an R surrounded by a circle. Another has the TM right here, surrounded by a circle as well. The R stands for registered trademark, and the TM surrounded by the circle stands for unregistered. The primary function of a trademark is to claim exclusive rights of a product or service. R or TM. And I know you've probably seen those on a lot of type of logos and signs and things of that sort. Bass Brewery's logo was the first image. I'm going to say it again. Bass Brewery's logo was the first image to be registered as a trademark in the year 1876. Bass Breweries is a UK-based beer brewery. And that's just to give you a little history behind it. Protecting copyrights or rights to creative works has been vital importance since the 1500s, as I said, with the printing press. People who do copyrights are artists, business people. A copyright is a law or right that gives you authoritative power and ownership of what you create intellectually or artistically manifest. The idea for a book, a play. Now, the power of intellectual property is different from having the juice of intellectual property. Having the power of intellectual property gives you, as an attorney, as a business person, as an aspiring attorney, the elite knowledge of knowing the specifics of what your arts or business entails. From music to plays, this form of intellectual property, copyrights, ensures and assures rights to creative works, rights to reproduce, rights to prepare, rights to distribute, rights to perform and display your works. Like patents and trademarks, copyrights establish and gives you, not me, but you, the owner, exclusive rights and governance over what you produce. Primary areas of intellectual property, as I've said, have been patent, trademarks, and copyrights, and also there are other areas as well. You're the boss with Mike when you own the copyright. People ask me, why intellectual property? And I say, well, I do think creatively. I am artistically inclined, quote unquote. I am entrepreneurially inclined, and I'm also into information technology inclined, so technically inclined. So knowing not only the action of it, but the laws behind it is a thrill that will never end. 1710 was the first Copyright Act, the Statute of Anne, stating an author as an owner of the produced work, as in a book, and it has a term over 14 years. Copyrights last forever. But to be politically correct, it lasts your whole life plus 70 years. That's a long time. People who are artists, quote unquote, or business people, or even aerospace people, professionals, architects, professionally need to know about the power of intellectual property. Artistic works, literary works, and ideas that are turned into tangible things, plays, books, and musical scores, are registered at the Library of Congress. Copywriting anything must go through the Library of Congress. Thriller is like in a high level. Thriller, Michael Jackson, is in a high level at the Library of Congress. That album, its music is very widespread and influential. To attain anything may be a lengthy process, but the journey, not the destination, is the fruit by talent. To end this section, I will say a quote by Bill Gates: intellectual property has the shelf life of a banana. Quote, end quote. Intellectual property, particularly this field, as I said earlier, enables me to know enables me to know not how to program a system, but the laws that's behind governing programming that system, or the laws behind producing a play, or the laws behind writing a book. Laws regulate every aspect of our society. Principles of Intellectual Property by Gary Myers. Intellectual Property, 2nd edition, Stephen M. McJohn, Examples and Explanations. Intellectual Property in the New Technological Age by Mergers, Minnell, Jordan. As an aspiring attorney, intellectual property is an exceptional, extraordinary, and perfect field to practice law. There's not only power in gas and supernatural. There's power in knowing intellectual property. Not only for the simplest fact of learning, but to be expertise in all fields and industries. Right here I have a list of other sources within my bibliography, a website, a YouTube video, and a book. My book is Protecting Intellectual Property Rights by Timothy Traynor. Publisher was Thompson West, and this was 2007. My a YouTube video, a source of mine. Overview of intellectual property, patents, trademarks, copyrights, and trade secrets, from Professor Justin Allen at Elizabethtown College. published March 8, 2013, M&M Mars Executive Lecture Series for the Business Department at Elizabethtown College. Lastly, Professor Keverick, Media Law and Ethics, Copyright and IP at WordPress.com. And I want to say thank you for everyone tuned in to this lecture about intellectual property. And the power of intellectual property enhances every aspect of any artist or any business person. So, with that, all glory to God, and I appreciate you listening to my lecture.